Hi boys and girls, I'm going to be showing you on my worksheet some of the techniques that you're going to be testing out today. So I'm just going to get started. I've got my watercolor paints. You're going to get some water on your brush. You're going to put it, let me start with red, in the color you want to use. Swirl it around really gently. Don't use any pressure. You just want to use the bristles. Otherwise it can get kind of sticky and mess it up, so do it really gently. I don't know why I just started this without doing anything else, but I'm going to do this one as dry brush because I did not do, actually I could do wet on dry. So since I didn't already prep my paper with water, this is wet on dry. Sometimes this is an effect that you actually want to get. So I will do the whole thing with the one stroke just so you can see how it came out. Now, here's a dry brush. I'm going to use the red as well. It's really hard to do on that because it's so sticky, but this is dry brush. Actually looks cool. So wet on wet means I'm going to use water first just to do a very thin layer in the space where I'm going to paint. So I'm going to stick with red just to show the differences in the technique. But you guys can always experiment with whatever colors that you like. You can also see how it spreads. Okay? And then blended. Do a little bit of wet. Get some water in here. Make sure I got paint on my brush. And then see how that goes. Cool. And I'm not sure if blended means mixing the colors. So I'm just gonna try mixing colors over here. This is wet on dry at the bottom. Then I'm going to do, I'm going to do the yellow up top. And I'm actually going to get some water to see if I can get them to mix in the center. That's still wet on wet. I do like wet on dry though. I think that looks really cool. All right, dry brush I did. Gradation is similar to this, but I think it's going to be more about pigmentation. So I'm going to put some water at the top. I'm going to start with the color, and I'm going to start at the bottom. Ooh, this is fun. I'll watch it spread. Maybe I'll kind of just leave it like that. It's also wet on wet, so that's kind of a cool effect. If I wanted to add more spread, I could just put some water droplets here and the paint should kind of spread up. All right, layers. So a layer would be like, I'm doing one layer here. I'm gonna let it dry a little bit and then I'll go back and I'll add another layer on top of this. All right, salt. Let's do it straight from the pan. Wet on dry, which is obviously it has to be wet because it's got a little dry brushy in there too. How fun. Okay, here. Anyways, I was saying because your paint has to be wet in order for you to get some color out. So let's do that, and then I'm going to put a little bit of salt on that, and while it dries, you'll see the effect. Splatter. So I have this brush. I need to get it very wet, like a nice little puddle. And then I have this weird brush. You guys have toothbrushes, and this has similar textured bristle. So I'm gonna pull it toward me, and that's gonna leave a cool splatter effect. This is more wet on dry, and then blotting, I'm just gonna take my crumpled up paper towel and do a little texturizing there. Now, if you wanted to make something more specific, you could use Q-tip. So you can see the little dots from the Q-tip. On a face, I guess that could look kind of weird, but I do like the effect there. And you know what? I could even add a layer. Let's see what that looks like. So I don't know, that's super texturized. It looks kind of cool. Straws. All right, so this, you basically need to get a pool of paint in an area of your paper. It needs to be like a puddle. So I can try squeezing it too. That seems like enough for this. I'm gonna take a straw. I'm gonna blow the paint across. Rubbing alcohol. I'm not totally sure how this is gonna look, but I'm excited to try it. So I'm getting my wet on dry. Give it a coat in here. Here's my Q-tip. So I'm gonna try that and see if I get it on the paper, what happens to the edges. Ooh, it starts to push it away. That's kind of cool. And that's probably not good for my table. I just realized. Oh, this is a really cool effect. I like it. Let me see what happens if I add another color on the top of it, just out of curiosity. I kind of want to try that with the blotting. So, all right, so that's my sheet. You're going to be doing the same thing, and then you're going to be doing yours in your person's face. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed watching my painting. This is the finished product. Let me move the camera so you can see it a little better. So go ahead and get started and have fun. Yay, bye.